Well, if you drive, work outside the yard, or simply interact with people, one paramedic says you need to have a Stop the Bleed kit on you, but you also need to know how to use it.
That's so true. Dietrich Easter says people don't feel comfortable using these life-saving tools when it really matters the most. So now he's trying to close that gap. Fox Carolina's Shell Rameen's live in studio with the story.
Well, Tori, it's just like anything else. Practice makes perfect. But right now, if someone threw a Stop the Bleed kit at you to save someone or even your own life, would you know how to use it? Skinny Medic is approaching it from a different way, as kits are in the highest demand we've seen.
It's been a huge blessing. My wife and I prayed about starting our business. I was working multiple jobs, and we prayed about $100 on the kitchen table.
A prayer covering $100 has turned into a growing business that saves lives. Medical Gear Outfitters.
You can bleed out in 3 minutes from a femoral artery bleed.
As Dietrich Easter sells Stop the Bleed kits, he speaks from experience.
I am still a paramedic here in Pickens County. I'm on multiple SWAT teams here in the county. And then I help with in-service training for the EMTs and paramedics.
Because of unrest in Ukraine and mass shootings here locally, demand is outpacing supply for our local first responders.
It has definitely affected us here locally. We went from we were able to ship out kits to next day, some even orders same day, to now we're weeks out from shipping out orders.
And once people finally get their hands on them, his more than 150,000 YouTube subscribers can get familiar with how to use them. He's called Skinny Medic.
There's not really a lot of people doing first aid videos on YouTube. There's a ton of videos on YouTube, but no one's really focusing on first aid supplies, trauma kits, things like that.
He notices people being hesitant
Turn the windlass until bleeding stops.
to use tools like a tourniquet, bandages, and gauze.
Keep going.
Yep, keep going. You want to try to get all that gauze down in that wound.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
Skinny Medic is using social media platforms to walk through Stop the Bleed lessons in an approachable way, especially during Stop the Bleed month.
So we're just trying to get the information out there to the average person, to the public, about how to use these things and not to be scared of them.
Now, as you heard, Skinny Medic also supplies a lot of first responders here locally with Stop the Bleed kits. So the problem right now, he cannot keep these kits in supply because of the demand. He says our local first responders should have orders coming in within the next few weeks. Tori?
Yeah, something you really don't think about, but so important to know, Shale. Thank you. And you could stay connected to that story and more